friends, Marty. We're here from Marty's Garden in the microgreens grow house. Yes, I'm doing baby leaf, salads, microgreens, all types of really cool, funky stuff in here. And I'm having a bit of time out from doing some full-scale work. I need to have a bit of rest and recreation, spend some time the rest of the holidays with my beautiful daughter Karen. And you would know her from watching the show at Marty's Garden on YouTube. And today we're talking about worm farming. Yes, I just re-released the Worm Farming Blueprint ebook, which is a really cool ebook, and I took it offline for a while and decided, well, look, it's got to go back on. It's just too good for the public to miss out on. So that's a really cheap ebook with tons and tons of information that you really can't find everywhere, and it just brings it all together into nice detail without being too complex. Now, I'm working on something quite interesting here, and this is, you're probably looking at this goes to a tea bag, where you wouldn't actually dip this into your tea, my friends. No, you wouldn't. It actually goes into a watering pot. So we just, you know, let's give you a bit of an idea here. So we're sort of walking around. So like I said in the other videos before, I'm not doing these super duper videos where everything's being edited and the whole stuff. I don't have time for that anymore, but this basically goes, this little fella goes into this, and have a look at this, my friends. Worm castings, dried worm castings from my worm farm. Now they do hold up to 70% of their nutrient and the good bacterias when they're dried out, so they're quite good for a very long time, which means you can still create really great worm tea. Now there's no smell, it's just like this, whoop, I'm spelling a bit of it, earthy sort of, smells like soil, nothing much more than that really. And then I'm mixing in just a little, you can see that white powder there, it's a bit of rock dust. Now it's they're all micronutrient minerals, and that goes into the little bag as well. Now I do throw rock dust into this system, so generally the worms have gone through it and mulched it all through and made it more bioavailable to the plant. And then that little tea bag goes into the pot, into the watering can here, seeps overnight, and you've got a smell-free, biological soil activator that you can throw over your plants and your pot plants. It's going to get nutrient from it, and it'll re-release new microbes, because we've used the worms and the cow manure which I put in there, which produces a new microbe that then becomes bioavailable to the plant. If you're putting into the pot plants, that microbe will exist for a little while in the pot plant, will die, and then create more food for the plant to survive and get more nutrition. So it's a really amazing thing. There's probably about close to 10 little teaspoons in that, and you can get quite a lot out of one of these containers. Is about 10 litres. Now, depending on the strength, if you want a weaker one for seedlings, you just use one bag. If you're going for your tomatoes that say producing fruit, then you would probably use two bags like that. And I just dry it out and collect it and put it into here. Now, I am going to be selling some for people to trial, and it's going to be pretty good fun getting it out there and giving everyone a test, because it does work really good. It's the secret to my success, really. But I haven't been able to make it available to the public until now. And I'm selling 20 bags for $10, so they work out about 50 cents a bag, and that's pretty good. 50 cents for around about 10 litres of soluble fertilizer that's got no smell, it doesn't go off, you can store it, you can put these in the cupboard and it doesn't go smelly, it lasts for years, and it's great stuff. But anyway, we'll go and have a look at my worm farm. I'll just give you a quick look at it. It's a pretty wild contraption at the moment, but it's working like nothing else, and it's producing a lot of castings. Let's go have a look at it, shall we? So here it is. She looks a bit scraggly, but it's a bathtub worm farm, and it's doing its job. Now it's covered with some shade cloth, and then an old one of those things, old hammock, lets the rain through, because you need to have rainwater in your worm farm. Now there's a whole lot of old cardboard and paper and everything in here, and as we come in here, you can see these guys. They're on the top here, and they're eating that rice. There's rice husk. There's also the old spent microgreens, and there's a whole lot of cow manure in here as well. I throw in a bit of rice to feed them up, to give them protein, to help them lay more eggs. And there's like layers. I make layers of, so there's a cardboard layer and then a little bit more food. And similar to what you would like in the forest, if you were to imitate like a natural composting forest system. Now they like to congregate in areas, and when it's raining they do escape out of here, but you can see, like, look, there they are there, they're all breeding in that one spot there, breeding and feeding and really just going crazy. And all this stuff that you see here, that's all castings. And I just come along and grab that, feed them at one end of the bed, and then they'll go to the other end of the bed and I grab the castings. Now I keep this a lot of, you're probably going, wow, there's a lot of cardboard in here. Well, the reason is because when it rains, there's only one drainage hole, and I'd like to keep a lot of moisture in here. We get close to 40-degree days sometimes out here if it gets real hot. Around about 36, 37s is fairly common for certain days in the summertime. So, you know, the cardboard keeps them cool, and if we get any heavy rains and storms, it'll soak up any water and it won't flood and they won't drown. So I hope you got a few tips out of that video. And remember, you can actually make your own little worm tea bags. You can use old stockings. You don't have to dry it out. If you've got fresh worm castings, you can just put as much as you want, anything from a tea bag full to a small handful, depending on how much water. If you're using a big 10-gallon drum bucket, you want to use a handful and put it in a stocking and just let it soak overnight. Now I've thrown obviously the rock dust in there as well because I want the plants to get the extra minerals. As you can see, the plants really do really well. And this is the rocket arugula here. It's only come up a couple of days ago. And it's all because of this stuff. It's my secret. My secret to the trade is the humble worm, the humble composting worm. Anyway, listen, you can have a look over at martysgarden.com.au. There's a worm farming book over there that's available, and it teaches you anything from small space gardening right through to taking it into business, if that's the direction that you want to take. It's a great book, and it's only $7. It's really cheap, and I recommend, if you want to learn about worm farming quickly, that's the way to do it. And keep an eye on my videos at Marty's Garden on YouTube and at martysgarden.com.au. Have a great day, happy gardening, and keep watching out for more videos about the grow house coming out to you real soon. Have a great day. Bye for now.